We all process pain in a lot of different ways, and I think one of the things that we always end up doing is just really separating ourselves from society and just going about basically doing absolutely nothing. And I think potentially this is probably one of the worst things that we can actually do for ourselves and our own mental and emotional well-being, especially when just trying to get over some suffering or some hardship that we're actually going through. Now, I've been there. I'm sure you have also been there. Shit goes bad. Shit hits the fan, and it's normal for everybody. As regardless of however hard and difficult it actually is, everybody is going through something at any given time. Even when times seem good, people are still going through things. And in those moments, I've been there myself that you don't feel like doing anything. You just feel like kind of just being a couch potato. And it's one of the worst things that you can actually do for yourself because you end up just being stuck in time. Whereas time is still progressing, you're still stuck in the same situation because you have not done anything to fix your situation. Now, there's a lot of times that you cannot do anything to fix the situation or the pain that you're going through, right? It just takes time, it takes energy. But that's one of the things that I want to talk about today as well is that when do you actually get up and when do you actually go about in the real world and try to face your problems or just live with the pain? And the answer is it really just depends. See, one of the tricks that I think is really beneficial to everybody is putting a limitation on how long you're going to be stuck for. Now, here's what I mean by that. If you're going through something and you don't feel like doing anything, you have to actively tell yourself that, hey, I'm going through this. I'm going to put a limit on myself that, hey, this weekend for 3 days, I am just going to think about this problem. I'm going to ponder over it. And after that, I need to get my life in order. Starting Monday, starting Tuesday, whenever that day might be, you need to put a limitation on how long you're willing to stay stuck for. Because the unfortunate reality is, and I've talked about this in my other videos as well, is that life is going to move on regardless, with or without you. And I want it to be with you. The sun is going to shine tomorrow whether you like it or not. People are going to go back to work. They're going to stop calling you to check up on you. They're going to stop doing all of those different things that they were doing when your hardship first started. So you are still left to deal with the pain by yourself. And the last thing that I want you to do is just be completely stuck and become a couch potato and do absolutely nothing else with your life except for wallow in your own self-pity, because it is not productive at all. And I understand that life is not all about being productive, but a lot of it has to do with being productive. If you are productive, if you are working towards something, or you're just working on fixing your mental and emotional health, that helps a lot. So give yourself a certain amount of time to actually process your grief. Obviously, that amount of time can actually fluctuate based off of the hardship that you're going through. For example, you processing the grief of losing a loved one is going to be much greater than, you just failing a homework assignment, for example, right? But maybe some people still need to get over that homework assignment failure because it was their first time failing in a homework assignment. So maybe you take 3 days for that, and maybe you have to take a whole month or two just wallowing in your self-pity about how could I lose this person from my life. And that is completely fine as long as you get to pick it, because I want the decision to be yours. And I want you to make sure that you actually pick up your pieces and you progress through life after that certain period that you decided. So obviously you need to pick yourself up. Does that mean that the pain stops? No, it really doesn't, unfortunately. It's just one of the hard tasks of life that we all have to go through, that we have to constantly just deal with life with the pain inside of ourselves. And yes, does the pain subside? Does it get better? Yes, absolutely it does, but with time and effort. I think a lot of people just leave out effort and they just focus on the time. But the thing is, if you're obviously just constantly stuck in that same place, in that same self-pity and that same crying space in your life, then time is going to go by. 10, 20 years is going to go by, but you are still going to be stuck in that same position because of what? Because you didn't put in any effort to make your situation any better. So you need to make sure that you're actually putting in your effort and whatever you can do to get over that pain as well. And that includes going on and continuing on with your life, going back to work, hanging out with your friends, doing the normal day-to-day mundane activities as well. And I promise you, you keep on doing that before you even realize it, and it might take a while, but you will eventually get over the pain that is bogging you down. All right, guys, this was episode number 97 of the Daily Lessons podcast. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify, go on YouTube real quick. It'll take 2 seconds of your time and hit that subscribe button for me because it literally means the absolute world to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you found it beneficial as well. And if you did, leave it in the comments below how you actually found it beneficial or any stories that you actually want to share about your triumph. All right, guys, this was Yusha signing out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.